Hello, my friend. Welcome to English Vids.
Hello, my name is Monica. Today, I want to share a story about a day that changed my life. It was a sunny Saturday morning, and I woke up feeling a sense of adventure in the air. Little did I know, this day would be unforgettable. I got out of bed and stretched my arms wide. The sun was shining through my window, and I could hear the birds chirping outside. After getting dressed in my favorite purple dress, I headed to the kitchen. My mom was making pancakes, and the delicious smell filled the air. "Good morning, Monica. Are you ready for today?" my mom asked with a big smile. I nodded enthusiastically. Yes. I can't wait to see what we're doing. After breakfast, I helped my mom clean up. I always like to pitch in, especially when there was a fun day ahead. Once we finished, my mom said, "Today, we're going to the community garden. They're having a planting day, and I thought you might enjoy it." I jumped up and down with excitement. That sounds amazing. I love plants. I had always been fascinated by how seeds could grow into beautiful flowers or delicious vegetables. We gathered our supplies, gloves, small shovels, and some seeds. I packed a water bottle and a snack, just in case I got hungry. Soon, we were on our way to the garden. The sun was shining brightly, and a gentle breeze made the day feel perfect. When we arrived, I saw many people already working in the garden. Some were digging in the soil, while others were planting seeds. I felt a rush of excitement. "Look at all the colors," I exclaimed, pointing at the flowers blooming around us. My mom smiled and nodded. We joined a group of volunteers who were ready to plant new seeds. A kind lady named Mrs. Johnson welcomed us. "I'm so glad you're here. Today, we'll be planting tomatoes, carrots, and sunflowers," she explained. I could hardly contain my excitement. "I want to plant the sunflowers," I said eagerly. Mrs. Johnson handed me a handful of sunflower seeds. "Great choice. Let's find the perfect spot," she said. We walked to a sunny area of the garden. The soil was soft and warm beneath my hands as I dug a small hole for the seeds. I carefully placed the seeds in the ground and covered them with soil. "Now we just need to water them," Mrs. Johnson said. I took a watering can and sprinkled water over the freshly planted seeds. "This is so much fun," I said, smiling from ear to ear. My mom was planting tomatoes nearby, and I could see her enjoying herself too. I loved being outside, surrounded by nature. As the day went on, I made new friends. A girl named Aisha joined me while we planted more seeds. "What's your favorite flower?" she asked. I thought for a moment and replied, "I love sunflowers because they're so big and bright." Aisha nodded. "Me too. They always make me smile." We chatted as we worked, sharing stories about our favorite plants and flowers. It felt nice to connect with someone who shared my interests. After we finished planting, Mrs. Johnson gathered everyone around. "Thank you all for your hard work today. We've planted so many seeds, and soon we'll see beautiful flowers and vegetables grow," she said, her eyes sparkling with joy. I felt proud of what we had accomplished. I loved the idea that I had helped create something beautiful. Mrs. Johnson then handed out small packets of seeds to everyone. "These are for you to take home. You can plant them in your garden or in pots, she said. I clutched my seed packet tightly. Thank you so much, I exclaimed. I couldn't wait to plant my seeds at home. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, my mom and I decided to head home. On the way, I talked nonstop about the day's activities. I met new friends, planted sunflowers, and learned so much. I shared, my excitement bubbling over. When we reached home, I rushed to the backyard. I found a small patch of soil that my mom had set aside for me. I opened my seed packet and carefully read the instructions. These are zinnias, I said to myself, smiling. I loved their bright colors. I dug small holes in the soil and planted the zinnia seeds just like I had done at the garden. After watering them, I stood back and admired my work. I can't wait to see you grow, I said to the seeds, feeling a sense of hope and anticipation. The next few weeks were filled with joy. I cared for my seeds every day, watering them and watching them closely. Slowly but surely, I began to see little green sprouts peeking out of the soil. They're growing. Look, Mom, I shouted one morning, running to get her. My mom smiled as she knelt beside me to see the tiny plants. You did a wonderful job, Monica. I'm so proud of you, she said, giving me a hug. As the days passed, my zinnias grew taller and brighter. They soon started to bloom in beautiful shades of pink, orange, and yellow. I felt like a proud gardener. Each flower was a reminder of the fun I had at the community garden. One day, I invited Aisha over to see my flowers. Come look at my zinnias, I said, leading her to the backyard. Aisha gasped when she saw the colorful blooms. They're beautiful, she exclaimed. I planted them from seeds we got at the garden. I told her. We spent the afternoon talking about our gardens and sharing tips on how to take care of plants. As summer continued, my love for gardening grew. I started learning more about different plants and how to care for them. I even convinced my mom to help me create a little vegetable patch. We planted cucumbers and peppers, and I was thrilled to see them grow alongside my flowers. One day, while tending to my garden, I had an idea. Mom, what if we have a garden party? I suggested. We can invite our friends and show them what we've grown. My mom loved the idea. We spent the next few days preparing for the party. We made invitations, decorated the backyard, and planned fun activities. I felt excited to share my garden with everyone. The day of the garden party arrived. Friends and family gathered in our backyard, and I proudly showed them my flowers and vegetables. We played games, had a picnic, and even made flower crowns from the zinnias. I felt so happy to share my love of gardening with others. As the sun set, I looked around at all the smiling faces. Thank you all for coming, I said, feeling grateful for the wonderful day. That summer was filled with laughter, learning, and beautiful blooms. Gardening became my favorite hobby, and I found joy in nurturing plants. I realized that sometimes a simple day can lead to a passion that grows and flourishes. And that's my story for today. Thank you for listening.